Yes, it is the Blood Shinobi here, and yes, this is one of the videos I said was going to be an hour, but a while ago I did say I wouldn't do hours anymore, it'd be 45 minutes. So yeah, and at the end, if you watch all the way to the end, you'll know really why I'm doing 45 to 50-ish about that time. So yeah, you find that out at the end of the part. But for the recap of What If My Guy Raised Naruto, Part 6, he kinda just went to the Hidden Sands, met the Sand siblings, Gaara had, he's still fixed, and Naruto won a festival, got a coupon, bonded with them, and then just left. That is really recapping the last part. Apart from that, here's the intro, but I know, you guys going, what? It's What If Naruto was raised by my guy. No one likes the series, why are you doing this? But I know some of you won't watch it, but peace for now, here's the intro.
We turn into ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you.
Jiraiya, Kakashi, Hayate, um, Izumo, and Kotetsu along with Naruto finally arrived at the guy who will be making Naruto's sword. Naruto gave the coupon to him and asked for a nice bow, but it wasn't for him. After 5 days of waiting around, the bow staff was made. The guy gave it to Naruto, and then Naruto turned to Kakashi and said, "This is for your daughter, my cousin or whatever, or whenever you have a kid that you want to give it to," said Naruto. "Of course you're using the coupon for that." Kakashi turned to the guy and said, "Now it's time for you to make a nice sword. Let this young boy here help you decide on what he wants," said Kakashi. The man just looked sad. He had just made one, and now he's making another one. This is not what he wants, but he guesses he'll have to. But whatever, as long as no one annoys him, he thought. Naruto was just standing there, wondering what he could do. "Oh, I got something to do," said Naruto. Kakashi just growled, "Just be quiet, boy." Naruto didn't know why, but whatever, he was going to do it anyways. Naruto was asleep. No, wait, what happened? Naruto fell asleep after Kakashi told him he had to stop being annoying. So, that's what he did. He left Kakashi alone, and then, well, he kind of just let him sleep. For the next 5 days, Naruto all he did was sleep. And, well, that's what he thought he had done. But after waking up 5 hours later after passing out, Naruto was astonished at what happened. The guy was standing there. He drew so many sketches of a blade. "Naruto, you're meant to tell him what you want for your blade to look like," said Kakashi. Naruto nodded. "Oh, I kind of forgot about that. What do I want my blade to look like?" "Well, that's right," said Naruto. Naruto described his blade. He wanted a black hilt with a fox, like around the hilt, and at the bottom of it was like a pendant, but it was really a bowl, and it was one with the leaf shinobi headband on it. Naruto, and then with a blade, it was an emerald that only this guy has. Naruto went and picked it out. Yes, while he was waiting for the bow. It's light, but really handy in battle. Apparently, at least. But Naruto wouldn't know. The guy said he can craft a nice type of blade. Naruto doesn't want a big blade. He wants a short blade. Not short, but medium. So just a nice sharp blade that he can reach enemies with, but also not be too close to them, where he can get stabbed by a kunai or something like that, said Naruto. The guy, well, knew exactly how to do it. Naruto was watching the man build Naruto's blade. Wow, is all that Naruto said. It was fascinating. Naruto didn't know this is what blacksmiths do and how they make weapons. He turned to Kakashi. Maybe I should become a blacksmith or take up creating weapons so I'm never, you know, on a shortage, said Naruto. Yes, I can do that if you. Yes, you can do that if you want, but I don't know how effective it will be in battle, said Kakashi. Naruto just, well, looked a bit down. I don't know. But I do know one thing, said Naruto. He turned to the blacksmith. Can you, teach me craftsmanship and all that, said Naruto. The man looked at Naruto in shock. You want a blade from the best blacksmith, and you also want me to teach you? Well, you know, why not? I can if you want, said, um, the man. Naruto was shocked at this. Do you know what that means, said the man. Naruto just nodded his head. I get an extra skill, so I don't have to buy weapons from anyone now, said Naruto. No, said the man. If you become my apprentice and you come here after you've practiced a lot and helped improve your ability, you could probably be on par with rookie blacksmiths. Unlike me, the best there is, said the man. Naruto just frowned. Whatever. But I'm still better than you, said the man. Naruto just knew that this is how it will be. He finally has a hobby, and he is also more like a competition now. Naruto just gulped. Oh man, what did I get myself into, thought Naruto. Kuruma was chuckling. And you can also make yourself armor, which will be good. So you're not wearing normal equipment that Shinobi wear. You can wear your own type of vests and whatnot, said Kuruma. Naruto just smiled at this. Oh, yes, maybe this won't be bad. So over the next day, the man, well, left Naruto's blade to cool down from all the heat. He formed it, but he's letting it cool down so he can re-mend it and polish it and all that type of stuff that he's got to do. He started teaching Naruto how to create, well, form and make shuriken, kunai, and he was teaching him everything there is to work in a blacksmith, and also all the other stuff that comes along with it. So, what all the tools are, using them. Naruto turned and was actually really intrigued. The guy pulled out a set of armor he was meant to be creating for the for the where was it? The hidden sand. He started, well, drawing up what it looked like, the design. He listed all the possible materials that he could be using on it. And then, well, he formed it. He formed what his blade's gonna look like. Naruto just smirked it. Not the blade, the armor. Naruto was smirking. The armor looked really cool. Who's it for? Asked Naruto. It is for a tournament, a festival that just went on. The king always, well, not the king, the Kazekage always, he always has me build a set, and then he wears this armor, and then he gives it to whoever, well, what was I gonna say? Yeah, whoever beats him in a not a fighting competition, but an eating competition, gets the armor. And it's never the same food and it's never the same guy. He makes sure that it never is the same so that someone else can beat him. He always deliberately loses just to give someone the armor. Once he came last, so he had me make sure an armor for all the people in the competition, and there was about 100. Said the man. Naruto didn't know, but he didn't care. When's this eating competition? Asked Naruto. The eating competition was not yesterday, the day before. So it would be over. So you can't win, said the man. Naruto asked the man his name, but he says you have to call me Blacksmith like everyone else. I have a real name, but it just goes a kind of favorites. The only reason I'm teaching you is because you asked, and you kind of got me to make 2 weapons for you, and really good ones at that. So that's the only reason why, so I don't lose my materials to your hunger for weapons again, said the blacksmith. Naruto just nodded his head, but he didn't care. He's learning. The next day, Naruto was shown how to make blades, well, his blade at least. So every day it's something different. First day, when it was learned Shuriken and Kunai. Second day was armors. And now today's swords. Tomorrow will probably be whatever wanted. Whatever needs to be done. The blade, it was the blade, but not the hilt or the sheath. It was just the blade that the guy was creating today. He had fully formed it. And he knows exactly where he's putting his hilt. And he's going to teach Naruto to create the sheath and hilt tomorrow, he said. Naruto was looking really amazed. The blade right now is really not sharp, but it's actually in its length. He's measured where the hilt's going on it and all of that. So now he just needs to build the hilt and the sheath, and then Naruto gets his blade. But at the same time, Naruto is godlike, he says, at the way he thinks about building. Naruto was smirking at this. He got complimented again. He created his own blade, but not for a sword. Why the man was doing it, Naruto was creating iron blade for Kakashi. Say thank you for being there for him. The next day, the hilt was created, and Naruto designed his hilt with Sharingan patterns all over it for Kakashi. Kakashi really enjoyed this. He was happy that Naruto could think and be this nice to him. But whatever. Naruto was smirking at his accomplishment. It was really a great sword. And what else? It was amazing. Even Kakashi said it was nice. But yet again, wasn't the best. But it's still better than some people, because, not everyone can create a hilt that designed. Naruto started to smirk. Haha, Kakashi, I can do this better than you. Kakashi has really been asleep. And, he doesn't know what else to do, so that's what he's done. Naruto, you donkey. What? Asked Naruto. You are really donkey-like. Naruto didn't know what this meant, but he didn't care. Naruto just fell asleep. And, after creating the blade, the man had fully completed Naruto's hilt and put them together like Naruto was. But creating the hilt and sword made Naruto sad. Not sad, tired. So after it was created, Naruto passed out. The next day came the hilt making. The sheath, And it was really just leather and straps. But the man made it delicate. Every weapon has a unique sheath, and since this one's mainly about Konoha and a fox, he kinda did a fox that goes into the Konoha symbol. And Naruto really likes it. It's really special to him. But for Kakashi, Naruto just made a plain, simple sheath because he can't do anything else. They were about to leave, but then the man turned to Naruto and said, "You gotta polish the sword and the hilt before you can leave." So for the rest of the day, that's what Naruto did. His sword, well, his blade and hilt were polished, and he also trained with it. And he got a firm grip over his one-handed blade. Now comes the journey home. But Naruto asked to stop into the sand like they originally were. And since they were heading to the sand, the blacksmith gave Naruto the armor to give to Raza for the eating competition. Why? Because Raza lost twice. So the blacksmith gave Naruto the other set of armor to take him. So that's what Naruto was doing. He was helping out Raza and the Hidden Sand by dropping off this, what's it called? Naruto didn't know what to call it. The armor. Naruto just smirked at this. He can't wait to create his own armor. So he's going to go to a weapon shop or somewhere where he can create his own armor that when he becomes a Genin, hopefully his skills are better, improved by then, so he doesn't have shitty armor. So, yeah. On their way to the Hidden Sand, nothing really happened. All that happened really was Naruto just swinging his sword. Ozomo, Kotetsu, and Hayate decided they'll just go home and give Horizon the report on what's going on. So that's what's happening in the Hidden Leaf. Naruto just smirked when he reached the Hidden Sand, because it had taken him 2 days to get there, because that's what Naruto wanted. He wanted to take a long trip, so he's not, bored, and they got there just as it hit dawn. Naruto wanted to be there early to surprise them all when they wake up. Naruto kind of was thinking about Temari, but he didn't really. He was too intrigued with his new sword. He just looked at it and just looked at it as if it was a baby or something that he had to keep very highly important so that no one can break or touch. So that's what was happening. "Naruto, you're a donkey," said Jiraiya. Jiraiya, after this, was going to leave Naruto at the Hidden Sand with Kakashi and Itachi. Once they were at the Hidden Sand, Jiraiya was gone. The Toad Sage is officially gone. And Naruto can make a living. Instead of, he will be training a lot, but he decided since he's got clones, he's going to get them to make weapons for the weapon shop, sell them and make money. He's going to help his father, Guy, along with Kakashi in the Hidden Leaf by having money. And that's all he needs right now, is to be of some use of importance, not a waste of space like he's been told he is, which really Naruto is sad that he is called a waste of space. Who wouldn't? He's just a kid. He was told that by some damn Uchiha and whatnot. But apart from that, Naruto just likes enjoying his time. It was a bunch of Uchihas saw him and called him a waste of space. Naruto told him that they should all go and die, and if they want him to unleash the fox that's in him, they shouldn't piss him off. And they all looked at him and said, like we said, waste of space. You're an almighty Uchiha, you shouldn't have that fox, you waste of space, is all they said. But after that, Naruto used, it wasn't even Naruto, it was a clone. So the clone had more clones, and they all went in the first gate and casually just whooped his ass. But they did pass out because they got hit. So then they all realised they were talking to a clone, and then just smirked, and there was one hiding behind them. They had got up. They had smirked. So he wasn't waste of space. He wasn't even the real kid. He was a clone. Really pathetic. said the men. But then they all looked at Link. How can you use the gates? He's just a waste of space. And then the clone told Guy, and Guy was not happy, neither was Onko. But I'll leave that be, because it hadn't affected Naruto. Naruto was sitting in the kid's room with his weights on. He had gotten more weights as well. The man, when Naruto woke up, gave him a set of weights, twice what he was wearing. And that's another reason they were kind of slow. Naruto couldn't really move in these weights. He wasn't adjusted to them as properly as his other weights were. So he just enjoyed his time. He was taking in everything. Then came something that shocked all of them. Konkuro's puppet, Naruto had sat on because it was a chair. It was a form to use as to poison people. Konkuro kind of slept in the room, in the kid's room, and Naruto just smirked at this and said something, and he just used his sword and sliced the puppet in half, destroying it like that. Konkuro was not happy. His puppet was destroyed by Naruto. He had just made it too. Lady Chio helped him too. Everyone had put in a little bit of effort for it. And then Naruto goes ahead and destroys it like that. Konkuro is still mad at Naruto. You know you're not very nice, right? Said Konkuro. Naruto just smirked. Well, maybe your thing shouldn't have hit me and then it would still be around, said Naruto. Don't you get peppy and speak to me like that, said Konkuro. Naruto just smirked. I can talk to you however I want because I'm going to. Because unlike you, I created something that's gonna be useful. What, you gonna just have your enemies in battle just sit down after they, what's the word called? Yeah, they take you hostage. You give them a chair. No, then they're gonna use it. Like, yeah, he gave me a chair. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh no, I got poisoned. He's a poison type that makes puppets, so his thing could have been a poison. Oh no, didn't know that. That's how your enemy's gonna be, said Naruto. What? Oh, Konkuro was not happy. What? So you're gonna rip out Gaara's weapon? His Shubaku or the One Tails or whatever it's called? And then what? You're gonna rip apart Tamari's fan and her clothes as well, because she kind of uses them as well to hold her fan, said Konkuro. Naruto had a drop of blood. No, because their stuff don't just randomly attack me when I sit on it or go near it. So they'll be safe, said Naruto. Konkuro stormed out of the room with a red face. And then Naruto, before he could open the door, Naruto looked at him and said, Stop thinking about your sister naked. You weirdo, sicko, said Naruto. Konkuro ran out of the room. His face was red. Tamari and Gaara walked in. Naruto? Said both of them at the same time. Naruto just smiled. Yep, and he showed them his sword. See, this is what I had created. It has a black blade with a reddish hilt. Well, half the blade's black, half it's reddish black. So that's what his blade looks like. That's the material you used. He didn't know what it was called, but it's meant to be really rare. So, yeah, this is my sword. Naruto started swinging it around. And in his eyes, it looked really, really light. But then he handed it over to Gaara, who could barely pick it up, let alone swing it. How do you lift it? It's so heavy, said Gaara. Naruto just smirked. Weights and a lot of training. Plus, I've been with it for the past couple of days, so I kind of got used to the weight. And we've been swinging it around while I've been moving, because I had extra weights put on, so I'm twice as slow. So my slashes need to be faster, so I improved myself with the blade, said Naruto. Whatever. You unhuman child, said Tamari. Naruto just smirked at the nickname. And you call yourself human? We have two different opinions on humans, said Naruto. Tamari just smirked. I'm not a freak child who can lift heavy things, said Tamari, and Naruto just smirked. No, you're female.
that's gonna develop and eventually have a man have a kid with her. And then there's me who's going to have a kid with someone, but not you. And also, eventually, I'll be dead. So, yeah, that's human for you, right? Having a kid, dying, living, sleeping, eating. Or am I not still not human enough? What else do I need to have a human? What? Like men or something, said Naruto. Tamari just slapped him and walked out. Who says I like men, said Tamari. I did. Dang it, said Tamari. Tamari walked out of the room. And she actually kind of blushed when she left after she realized Naruto talking about her being a woman and stuff. But they're only like, yeah, they're not even, they're really young, so she doesn't know why she's blushing about this type of stuff. But she doesn't care right now. So she and Naruto head home. No, not really. Over in Roz's office. He turned around to see who he just let in his office. Itachi and Kakashi, what are you guys doing here? Asked Raza. You know, said Kakashi, no I don't know. Oh, for the 4-day training with my kids. Yeah, I forgot about that. Where'd you get your blade? Asked Raza. Naruto made it, said Kakashi. Kakashi chucked his blade over to Raza, who picked it up and started swinging it around. Wow. I've seen better craftsmanship, but for someone his age, he must have put a lot of time and effort into it. Said Raza. Yeah, he did. Why? He was getting taught by the best blacksmith who created his weapons as well. He, was hanging out with him, and he taught him how to create weapons, shuriken, stuff like that. So yeah, Naruto learnt from him, built the blade, so yeah, we shouldn't really expect nothing less, but whatever, said Kakashi. Kakashi, where's Naruto? Asked Raza. I think he went to your kid's toy room area where he met them all last. Well, you know, where he met them when he was over, said, Kakashi, oh, yeah, okay, that's fair. Is he having fun here? I mean, having fun with them? Asked Braza. Kakashi just looked at him. How would I know? We kind of just separated. So yeah, said Kakashi. Oh, that's fair. So, do you just know what type of training you had the kids go through, or what Naruto will do? Asked Raza. Itachi and Kakashi just looked as shocked and, wide-eyed as Raza. We have no clue. It's Naruto. If he's anything like his dad, well, not his dad, but his, parent that looks after him, since his parents both died, something really extreme that would be putting the kids in some sort of danger or be too much for them, unless he likes taking training a different way, which I can see him doing his own form of training-ish, but it's Naruto, so I wouldn't expect something that's too bad for your kids, but still there's that possibility. He's been trained by most of his life. Said Kakashi, who's that? Kakashi just kept his mouth shut. No one. He'll probably work on physical build, speed, and stuff like that. Nothing too bad. Definitely, since he knows how ahead he is in those departments for sure. He's probably got them swinging his sword around right now just so they can get a taste and feel for it. But if not, well, he's bashing the shit out of them, said Itachi. Fair enough. So, do you know anything about what he normally does? Oh, yeah. He likes to piss people off when he's not training, so he could be making them make a ruckus or something like that, if that's what you kind of mean, asked Kakashi. No, it's not what I meant. I meant, what do you think, type of training do you think you do? Oh, that? Yeah. I hope you like your kids having buff muscles even for a girl, chuckled Kakashi. No, no, straight away no, said Raza. Oh, but then they'll get the most out of training like that. Naruto making them as buff as he possibly can, chuckled Kakashi. Yeah, nah. I'm not going to have him train my kids now, said Raza. Aw, your kids would have loved walking around buff like, chuckled Kakashi. Nope, nope, definitely no, said Raza. Whatever, said Kakashi. That's what I thought, said, what's his name? Not, said Kakashi. Raza was smiling to himself. If his kids are gonna get buff and strong, he can't wait to see what they are like. But then Kakashi turned to him. They probably won't keep it up, so they won't really have any muscle or any type of thing like that because they gotta keep it up. Anyways, there's also weights too. He might get them wearing weights. Did he bring his other set of weights? Asked Kakashi. Itachi just smiled. What do you think? Yes, said Kakashi. Yes, you're right, chuckled Itachi. Oh, of course he did. How many old pairs of weights does he have? Asked Raza. They both looked at each other. He's probably on his fourth when he was here last, but then he got twice as much, so yeah, he's on four. He said 4 different set of weights because he gets bored wearing the same weights over and over again. So yeah, he likes to make sure he's always got a new set of weights every now and again. Said Kakashi. Just great, don't you think? Said Itachi. What do you mean it's great? He's gonna have my kids being all maniacs and physical shit. They won't be normal kids, said Raza. No, Naruto's not a normal kid. They just don't have a normal kid as a sensei for a couple of days, said Kakashi. Back with them. Naruto gave Gaara his last weights he had on. Gaara took a step, but he can't even stand up straight. Naruto just looked a bit down. He had higher hopes for Jinchuriki. Get Shibuku, the Shikaku's the name, right? Not Shibuku, for your tailed beast, right? Asked Naruto. Yes, it is, said Gaara. Or get Shikaku to give you some chakra or something to force extra stuff into your muscles so you can move. Tamari was wearing his weakest set of weights. Come on. Naruto just looked at it. If Gaara learns to walk walk with those weights before you, I don't know who you are anymore, said Naruto. Why not? Asked Tamari. Naruto just looked at it. Because you're wearing the lightest weights I ever wore. It took me like 4 hours to get used to them. They did add, extra movement, made me faster and all, but still. And those ones he's wearing took me about a day. Well, not about a day, about a couple of hours to have my first step, but probably because I was used to weights. Maybe should have gave him lower weights, but oh well, said Naruto. Naruto just smacked. He was watching them do whatever they felt like doing. They were being donkeys. Naruto himself was just doing push-ups and sit-ups all day long while Tamari and Gaara did what they did, and that was try and take steps. Tamari got it at the end of the day, at the end of day one. It took her 15 hours to take her first step. And then Naruto just looked at it. You know, you gotta move right to get food. She said she knew this and she took another step, and then another step, and then another step. She was walking, but still it was kind of slow. Then there's Gaara. He can't properly walk now or like run speed, but he can still walk normally. Naruto just smirked at him. Yeah, this is gonna be great for you, is all that he said. Naruto is a great sensei. He's pushing his students further than what they would have been today in speed and strength, said Naruto. They both looked at him and shot. No, you're not a great sensei. You just gave us weights and told us to move around with them, said Tamari. Naruto smirked at that. Yeah, I know, and he poked his tongue out at Tamari. Of course I'm doing that because Tamari, you're gonna do other stuff too, said Naruto. Tamari didn't like the sound of this. Other stuff? Does he mean more weights or does he mean actual training? Naruto just looked at it. Alright, don't even think about what I'm sending you through tomorrow. If you thought today was hell, can't wait till tomorrow then, because I love that. Training I got planned for tomorrow is going to be twice as good as today. And you guys all should, make sure you get a good night's rest and eat enough food tomorrow. And that Naruto just headed to his room. That he didn't really have a room. He just walked around until he found a room that was empty and fell asleep in it. When Naruto woke up without having food, he snuck into the pantry in the morning, but didn't realize who was next to him. He had fell asleep in Tamari's bed. Maybe that's why there was photos of Tamari. He didn't really take notice of the mirror and all that until he, saw that they were there. Wow. Whoa, and then Tamari saw what Naruto was up. Holy shit! What are you doing in my room? Said Tamari. Then Naruto just smirked. I fell asleep in here, said Naruto. Then Tamari looked at him. Oh, so you're not the teddy bear I thought that I got given because Dad said I was getting a big teddy bear. I guess it wasn't, said Tamari. Yeah, said Naruto. Naruto just looked at it. We're never speaking of this again, right? Said Naruto. She looked at him. Yes, never ever again. Because I've had enough. I am not going to be known as someone who slept with someone else. Not at this age, at least, said Tamari. And then Naruto looked at it. No. This is never happening. And I'm getting away now. Naruto bolted out of the room and got into the cupboard and found a bunch of food that had Gaara and Tamari's name on it. Literally. Naruto made sure he ate all of them. After an hour, everyone finally came into the room. Tamari and Gaara went to find all their food that they were going to have for the day, and there was nowhere. Tamari looked at Naruto. What did you have for breakfast? And Naruto just smirked. I didn't eat. I don't eat. I gotta make sure I don't get stitches when training so I can pull myself to my best capacity and be the strongest I possibly can be, said Naruto. What the hell? What the hell? Said Conqueror. Naruto turned to Conqueror and chucked him a thing of weights. Your training starts today. I hope your brothers and your siblings told you how annoying yesterday was. Because what they had to go through yesterday, you're going to have to go through, said Naruto. And then Tamari and Gaara looked at him. And today, our real torture starts, doesn't it? Asked Tamari. Naruto smirked. After an hour of them trying to find food, and Naruto started his own training, which is what he's going to send them through. They have to do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups in an hour. Not sit-ups in the same hour, and if they don't, they have to redo it, and it's twice as much in an hour. So he's gonna, every time they don't do it, it gets doubled. So he can't wait to see them in torture, mainly because he thought it would be funny. But other than that, It's Naruto. He can't wait to watch them train and prepare themselves for the training he's got. And then something funny happened. Concrete walked in. He didn't take he just put the weights on and tripped head first, smashing into a wall and had a blood nose. Naruto smirked. Oh well, looks like someone is too impatient to get used to their weight, said Naruto. What is this my training? Asked Keep Naruto just smirked again. Finally, Conqueror's taking a lesson. Anyway, it's just weights. Don't worry. You'll get used to it eventually, right? Said Naruto. Conqueror turned to Gaara. Help me move. And then Gaara looked at him. No one helped me move. Sorry, man. Every man for themselves. 'Cause I ain't being not a snitch, you know. I ain't, losing my life and my time to train. Even though it's going to be torture, I don't know what type of torture I'll go through if I help you, said Gaara. Naruto just smirked. Oh yeah, so what I got planned for you will be 70 times harder if you help Conqueror. Both of you, said Naruto. And then this is when Temari and Gaara both looked at each other, and then turned to Conqueror. Every man for themselves. Sorry, bro, they both said. And, well, that's what happened. Naruto smirked. Haha. Have fun, Conqueror. So all day, Naruto had them do push-ups and sit-ups. The push-ups one took them 4 hours to complete, and then the sit-ups only took them 2. Even though it's more than what the first hour was, Naruto did. So first hour push-ups was 1,000. Second was 2,000. Third was 3,000. Fourth was 4,000. They had to do it in an hour. And then for the sit-ups, they had to do 3,000 in the first one, and then 6,000 in the next one. It wasn't they were meant to, it was that because they didn't complete the first one, they didn't. And they knew what was going to happen if they didn't. So they pushed themselves through sheer determination and not taking breaks without sweating. They completed it. Now, Naruto just smirked. You're going to start on your jabs and kicks and your, overall endurance. You have to run around the whole village for the rest of the day and not come back unless you've broken your leg or hand. And then Naruto formed 2 clones. Go with them, said Naruto. And that's what Naruto's clones did. They literally went around for the next... So they trained for about the next 9 hours or so, running around the village with Gaara and Temari. They only did like 5 laps an hour, but they're getting used to their weights. Then they smirked to Naruto, who was just doing his own type of training. He was having spars with his clones. He made sure that Kurama enhanced all of them, so he was having proper battles. And since they have his moves, he knows everything he does. It was a real hard battle. He only fought 20 of his clones. And then he smirked. Tomorrow, since they know how to run or whatever it is now, I'll make them run 2 laps, do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups, and then we get into sparring for tomorrow, said Naruto. So, what Naruto did, he stole their food again for the day, and this time Conqueror's as well. He kind of stole that for a midnight sleep. He stole that after everyone went to sleep so he can have food. Next morning, Naruto did the same. He stole Gaara and Temari's food, so they only had one thing to eat. And then Naruto just smirked at this when they both all saw that their food was gone. Ever since Naruto was here, their food had been gone since they started training. But they didn't think of anything like that. So instead of taking an hour to find food, they just took 10 minutes to make sure they were ready. They had all their food ready, and they were ready to do today's hell. Then Naruto turned to Kankuro. Did your siblings tell you what they did yesterday? He shook his head. No, they said that I have to endure that pain for myself. Or some said Kankuro. Naruto smirked. Good. You guys know he gets no help because you didn't. Now, Kankuro, you're gonna do what they did. Doesn't matter how long it takes you. You have. Wait, so how many was it? 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 5. 9,000 push ups and 9,000 sit ups to do. On your way you go, said Naruto. Did you have to do this yesterday? Said Kankuro. They all smirked. Yes, we did. Naruto just was standing next to Tamari and Kankuro. And Naruto just pretended to yawn. So what are we doing today? Asked Tamari. Naruto just smirked. Well, you know, Naruto had 2 clones forms full of Kuruma's chakra. Fight them, said Naruto. And they fought him. They literally tried to. And for the next 15 hours, only 4 clones of Naruto's was destroyed by both of them. And he helped point out their inability to fight and all that. And then, well, yeah, Naruto flogged them. What else was it? Kankuro did that, what the Tamari and Gaara did, but it took him 10 hours, and then he did what he had to. And he ran around the village for 9.5 hours because someone forgot to go get him. But apart from that, this is where we end this part off. I know I said I was going to do hours, but I'm just doing 45 minutes. I know. So yeah, because I'll do 5 of these 45-minute ones, and also then a question and answer, whatever the hell you call it, a Q&A, which I'll be putting up a thing in the community tab where you can write down what you want me to answer. So yeah, and also it gives me time to edit it and make sure you guys get the videos. But apart from that, peace out from now, have fun, and oh yeah, this is where I ended off.